Hello everyone, Dan of 14th Prime here. Today I want to bring to you guys a review of the Takara Transformers Legends 35 Super Ginrai. This is of course the Japanese Takara equivalent of our US Powermaster Optimus Prime. I want to show you the packaging here from the box. They're going with kind of a homage here to the toy packaging, the original toy. Got them in truck mode there, displayed nicely in front of the box, some cool artwork down there. And then just give you a quick shot here as a reminder of how Hasbro gave us Powermaster Optimus Prime here in the States, packaged in BOP mode. We'll spin the Takara box around to the side. There you see some more artwork. Super Ginrai. On the other side, they go with some product shots. He, of course, gives us BOP mode, a base mode that can work with your Fort Max, and his Powermaster truck mode. And when you spin around the back here, they basically put it all together. You get the artwork in the background, product shots in the foreground. And top of the box is where we see that Headmaster effect kind of artwork that ties with what Hasbro's doing over there on the left. Okay, so very cool, different way of packaging him versus what Hasbro had done. Let's pop this guy out of the box and check him out and get to comparing him to Hasbro. So let me give you a quick spin around the Takara version before we get Hasbro up here side by side. Takara's looking very nice as always, a lot of good attention to the paint apps and some fundamental color differences. They're using a real gray for the trailer versus the beige for Hasbro, and the red is darker. Check this out, very cool. Again, just love the color scheme, much better. You can see the wheels have real rims painted on there, small Autobot logo. You can see here from the front, Takara is doing a very clean, what I'd say, truck look, so nothing too fancy or crazy. From a Powermaster perspective, it looks like a truck, it looks like the cartoon, as Takara always does for us. One sort of odd observation with the way they've had to do this, because again, they've fundamentally changed some of the mold aspects versus Hasbro. They have kind of some overhang here and here. Something Takara had to do to get the front end looking how they wanted it versus Hasbro. Then the back end view of the trailer here looks nice. You've got there what's going to kind of be the foot section, again, where they've done some remolding, some yellow and kind of gray paint accents here and here, which looks nice as well. So let's get Hasbro up here and stack these two side by side. All right, so I found it easiest to just actually stack them. So here we've got them stacked on top of each other. You've got side by side, and we can see some of the differences. Kind of the beige, which I hate, versus the gray, which I love. Dark red versus a very, kind of light, washed out sort of red look. Takara using very crisp, tune accurate colors, which looks fantastic. Hasbro kind of more the toy look. Look at the rims, you get the silver accents inside versus all black. Even the striping in the Autobot logo, different, thinner stripe, smaller logo, bigger and bigger down below. Takara's given us some paint accent there in the door or the cage, whatever that is there. And then again, big difference when you come to the cab. Takara managed to just make it flatter. To really just focus in on the cabs here. Takara again made it flatter because they've got different front ends, which you'll see. They've got a lighter kind of metallic kind of window paint, a silver stripe here. And again, the stacks are a more metallic silver versus kind of gunmetal or darker. So here's the back end view, and you have a lot of differentiation here. Takara went their own route. The big difference is the feet, and this will pop in BOP mode. Get a nice foot in BOP mode with the Hasbro version. Takara's, frankly, it looks weird. It looks like he's missing a foot, but they've set this up to combine with God Bomber, who we'll get in April. So the feet's a big difference. Then you can, of course, see the color blue they've chosen. And again, some paint accents here with Takara. Well, we're back here. Let's just drop the doors down. You can see they both have that kind of little trailer effect where you can probably get some small vehicles down there. So here I've got them stacked so you can see the top of the trailers. You can see the differences where Takara's using red here versus the gray. So you got a little bit of a color differentiation there. But the main thing I want to point out is Takara also doing some different molding with the top section of this panel piece, this leg panel piece. So you can see just fundamentally molded a little bit different. Holes up here with Takara, holes up here with Hasbro, not with Takara. Takara having some peg holes here. So again, just a fundamentally different molded piece. And then finally here from the front, again with Takara, Roy pointed out the red versus the beige on Hasbro, or what would be gray. And then obviously the cab in front, Get the windows, bigger, more light metallic blue. You've got the stripe, bigger headlights. So you get almost, you know, it's more G1-esque. It's more tune accurate. Over here you get kind of what becomes what we know in the States as the chunky Powermaster toy. So pretty fundamentally different. I mean, you've got these top panels here are fundamentally different. And of course, this whole front plate section there, fundamentally different. Zoom in here and show you that from the side. Again, it's kind of all this on the side is really the same, just paint difference. And then this piece starts to come around here. And whereas Hasbro's front plate naturally kind of connects with it and folds in pretty seamlessly, Takara's front plate sort of indents underneath of it and sort of leads that odd overhang plastic effect, which is minor ultimately. It's not a big deal, but you do notice it and you ask yourself, what is that? Is that a mirror? What is that? Well, I don't think it's anything really. It's just an imperfection of how they try to do some original remolding on their version of the toy. Okay, so as tempting as it is to direct you to my Powermaster video for transformation, let's go ahead and go through it because there might be some differences as I'm looking through the instructions because of some of the molding. So let's just crank it out real quick. Let's go from truck to base mode. So if we push the trailer back in and down, up, flip underneath here, there's a little stand to pull out. And if we jump back up and just sort of deconnect these side panels and pull them back, this is where there's just a lot of pegging and stuff going on back here, panel forming. Then let's just kind of split the whole leg section out like this. And let's just basically get this situated to the side for now. That we want to give these a twist over so you get the wheel side up. And then give the big leg panel kind of a fold in, back in towards the thigh. Or just give the panels a little push down so we get our ramps. Give it a little bend here at the tip. Then underneath here, there's kind of like, I guess what's probably going to be his foot. Kind of give that a pull out like this. And extend the red stands. Again, there's a lot of little pieces under here, but we want the pull the whole piece forward and then give the red stands a little extension. Then let's just split the arms to the side like this. So get them all the way flat. So he's kind of underhanded, and then just rotate the whole thing up. And I think what we want to do to get a little bit more space between the ramp and the arm is actually just give the legs a little bit more of a forward angle on them. Of course, then you can plug in some guns here, like this, over here. And you can plug his rifles in up top. I basically just have those in his hands behind the panels. So this looks to be base mode. You can take a Ginrai, sit him there, sit him there. Oh, I'm saying his name right, Ginrai. But yeah, it's base mode. I mean, it's fine. I don't love the triple change of this line. I think the base modes are kind of flimsy, almost seem like fan mode, because there's just not a lot of great kind of clicking and pegging to know that you've got the firm transformation. But I'll let you take a look. Here you've got the side view, and I changed the ramps. I mean, the ramp can go kind of out and then down, or it can go down and then flat. Looks like this is how they're doing it in the pictures. Okay, so we're back here in truck mode. Now let's go from truck to bot. And I will say, either the molding really has a big impact here, or Takara's overcomplicating things. Hasbro's, I think, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 step transformation. Takara's instructions go up to like 29 steps, 34 if you count every little move for the Headmaster. So maybe they're just overcomplicating it, but there are some subtle differences as I'm looking at it. So let's work through it. Okay, so first step, pretty consistent. We want to, again, break off the panel forming effect. So let's get that unpegged from each side on the bottom there. Free up the leg panels. Next, up top, they want you to, where the special pieces were, special being different than Hasbro, give those a fold back. So without crushing it all. but that is different. And then they want you to give you the back panels a fold up actually over. So where I was highlighting some of these pegs and differences, looks like maybe they will come into play here around the arms. Right, so next it looks like it just wants to kind of give them, they got an extension piece in there, which is kind of cool. So give them a push up that goes up into the arm. Interesting. Hope you could see that. That was this piece here on a slide going up into the arm. Then they want you to go ahead and, let's just get these down. Split the arms. Let's give the arms a split here, how we normally would. Try to keep our panel on here. Got some kind of overlap effect there that puts pressure on the peg. Let's get the arms all the way down, like I said. Then here they just want you to get you the hands facing up. So fine, we'll get the hands twisted around so they're facing up. So next here we've got the chest piece down here. We just want to kind of get up for now and away from the legs. Then we want to come around back and split the legs. Mine had kind of already done that, but there's a peg there. You want to make sure those are separated. So now I've picked the piece up and I've got them kind of upside down, wheels up, and you're looking at the inside of his leg there. So we want to pull this down. It kind of just folds down like this. And then we want to flip out and around this inside piece. Flip it out. And then I guess it's going to spin actually, not continue to flip, but then it's going to spin around. Then next we put the red tab down. It's probably going to make a heel for us. And then if we flip him back over this way, palms up. So we've got him like this. We want to go panel back like that. Kind of get the wheels facing down. Okay, so it's been a challenge, but I think it just doesn't really come together how I'm expecting it to. It's just going to kind of sit here. Again, where Takara's doing this stuff, it's kind of just like making it happen, but you're not getting a lot of great pegs. And so there, I've got it up there. It's kind of just sitting up there. This piece loves to pop off. Just sitting up there with the heel and just looks like this. It's just resting up there. You can see what that looks like. Again, here we'll come around the other side. So this piece kind of just accordions down. Kind of flip out a heel piece. You can pull out from behind this, I don't know, I won't call it toe piece, but it becomes like a shin. Then you spin it like this. And if we come over here, fold down the panel so you get wheels down. And then again here, we're just going to get it to kind of sit. To sit there, really. That's the trick. You just want to then kind of crunch it back together. And then the last step here for the legs is these panels just kind of wrap around. So give them a fold, give them a fold. So again, just fold it and fold it around. And you get a peg top inside. So now if we turn back to the front of the vehicle, we just want to kind of break the cab, give it a spin, come around back here. You can see on the white peg, you just want to slide down so it comes down. So there you go. And then just give it a good push in. The peg will come out a little bit further. So I've basically got them standing up here, getting close, right? Let's bring down the cab into the chest. Then down here, what's going to be the chest piece. Kind of rotate these pieces up, of course. So they'll go over everything. And the instructions want you to kind of set this guy up so you kind of flatten him out like this. Just bring this down into him like this. And then let's just get in here and get the head out the same way as Hasbro. Tuck that piece inside. Then just bring up the chest. Let's do some tweaking on our arms here. So here's our guy, and of course you can put the shoulder cannons plug into the side. Now I will say some of that transformation is just really fickle, and it's not good firm clicking, pegging transformation through the feet. Once you get him like this, he looks good. The one good thing about this, even though it's just a ugly looking foot, is it gives a nice pivot. So you got these big clunky legs. It actually helps you create some space there and get a nice stance. So before we get Prime all the way together, meeting his Headmaster in, let's check them out together. Here's Takara's Ginrai versus Hasbro's Apex. You can see obviously not really close, no face paint or anything with Hasbro. They do Ginrai pretty cool. Check them out from the sides. Obviously they're using the different reds and their respective kind of colors. They used the beige and red here, whereas they gave tune accurate colors with Takara. There you can see how fundamentally the faces are going to be different. Now I'll just give a little articulation here to Ginrai. You can see some kind of blue accents kind of come off the elbow, which is pretty cool. Okay, so if we just give him the fold up here, and let's do the same to Apex over here. And now you've got this side by side. There you can see that you get more of a real Prime face over here versus what you get with the Hasbro Apex. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Ginrai into Super Ginrai. So we just go upstairs here, flip back the helmet, plop Ginrai in here. Come on. Cover him up. There you go. Looks good. The eyes come through pretty well. So let's take a quick look here. Super Ginrai. Again, he looks good once you get him here. Kind of pain in the butt and the feet to get here in particular. So there is really some fundamentally different transformation. But he does look pretty good. Again, I don't love the feet, but now that I have him in hand, it's better than it looked in the pictures. Give you a close-up here so you can check out all the good detail. You can check out how that chest looks, which is key for a Powermaster Prime. See even on the crotch, the red accent over the white, and there's actually blue dots in there, so some real fine detail painting. Hands, blue with a red backhand. You'll see that. And then get a close look at those feet. I'll just step back here again and spin them for you. And you can see here on the side, the arm panel section that I'm talking about. You get an angle back there. Around back, you can see those red heels doing work. They're key for stability. If he didn't have those, he would be falling over constantly on those awkward feet of his. Still looks like a lot of kibble from the back. You got all the panels, the wheels and everything. So not a great look. Show you this side really quickly so you can see it. But let's get him toe to toe with Hasbro. Okay, so here they are side by side. Couple differences. The way Takara does the foot, it just makes him taller. So you can actually extend these down because he's pulled forward and back. So you could make them sort of goofy and have a big gap there and probably close that height gap, but it's not the way the toy should really stand. So when you have the feet the way they are, Takara's becomes slightly taller. Lack of pivot over here. I can't get these feet flat. The way that pivots, you get at least square balance. This is nice. It's just sort of missing a forward toe section, which I think comes into play when you get God Bomber on there. You'll get normal feet. So you need to put the whole thing together, unfortunately, to get normal feet. So you see the nice dark blue on Takara versus kind of more the crayon blue with Hasbro. Again, the gray looks better. Crotch section painted with Takara, white, red in the center, and again, blue dot accents. Fundamentally, the chests, obviously a big difference. You get very much kind of toy Powermaster Optimus Prime over there versus over here you get cartoon. So yeah, I mean, Takara's looks a lot better, and it's not just paint this time. Some big molding differences in the feet and in the chest. So here I've spun them around to the side. Now the arms I am noticing a little bit more. So it's not just the hands, but actually all the paneling around the arm is different as well. And I showed you how this had that cool extension feature, which is really cool when it went into truck mode. You can see they're keeping the panels off of the hand entirely. This molding all different. And on the front, it was different as well. If you didn't notice, there you go. Very different front of the arms. And then of course, as part of that, like I already mentioned, the way they do the panels, Takara's got the extra flap here, which they split, plus the extension feature. So the other flap, when it folds around, doesn't get perfectly flat. Alright guys, we're still trucking, almost home. We're going to finish this video before my lights die. Back of the figures here, a lot of the aesthetic details that have been different that I've already pointed out. Otherwise, nothing really major pops in the back. Let's take a peek at the accessories here. So these are exactly the same in everything except color. Takara, Hasbro, gray, beige. Now the guns are very different. Takara, Hasbro. So with Hasbro, we had kind of two guns which weren't even identical. Kind of had this, you know, looks like an Optimus Prime gun. Again, this is probably like toy differences. I don't recall exactly, but then you had this big fatter gun. So two guns, but they look different. Takara has given us two of exactly the same, very cool blasters. I'm sure would be tune accurate, and you can see a nice gunmetal gray color to them and then blue accents. Unfortunately, incredibly hollow on the inside. Would have been nice if they would have filled that out a little bit more. But these are really, really nice guns. You get a pair of those that match. So a couple other information points, guys. Articulation, shoulder, elbow, bend, pivot, hand, twists. No articulation in the hand, unlike Hasbro actually had some grip action. Got a thigh that moves around there, a knee that bends, the ankle and stuff that pivots like I'd show you, the head that turns. That's most of it. So kind of what you'd expect. I will say, try and do some more dynamic poses with the knee out and stuff, and he's kind of back heavy. And that's where the feet would probably be a little bit more handy because I couldn't really get him to hold a little bit more of a dynamic pose. But overall, I mean, super cool figure. I think really interesting mods, if you will, what Takara had did to the Hasbro version in the arms, the hands, the feet, the chest. Really some major modifications to the mold. And as usual, very nicely done with the paint aspects, high tune accuracy. Figure looks really, really good. That being said, still pretty crazy expensive, you know, pushing $100 at a lot of the e-tailers. I import a lot of these myself, so maybe you get them $20 or so cheaper. I can't remember, but still even at whatever, $70. Pretty steep, but I think what makes it extra special is the fact that they've got God Bomber coming in April, and we'll be able to put the Super Ginrai. It'll be really, really cool to see that. All right, guys, hope you liked the video. I've got some more of these coming. I've just got like a wave of new Takara figures in, so probably more coming over the next week. Brainstorm, Soundwave, some of his minions, so look for those videos. I'll see you next time.